Subscribe for more raw, honest stories. If this touched you in any way, give it a like. I know how this is going to sound, but I need to let it out. Because right now, everyone treats me like I'm the villain in this story, and I'm sick of pretending. My name is Layla. I'm 27 now, and 2 years ago, I made what people love to call the biggest mistake of my life. But standing where I am now, I'm not even sure it was a mistake. Maybe it was just the wrong dream at the wrong time. Back when I was 22, my life looked picture perfect from the outside. I had married this guy, Nathan, who worked a stable job in logistics. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid the bills. We had a little starter home in Phoenix, and a beautiful baby girl, Maya. Everyone around me kept saying how lucky I was to have everything figured out so young, but inside, I felt like I was suffocating. Every day was the same. Nathan would head off to work. I'd take care of Maya, clean the house, make dinner, and then we'd sit on the couch watching whatever show we were pretending to enjoy. That was our life. That was it. Meanwhile, I'd scroll through Instagram and see my old college friends living lives that looked straight out of a music video, parties in Miami, designer clothes, traveling, dating powerful men who spoiled them. My friend Tiana had moved to Miami and was dating a music producer who literally bought her a car just because, and I was at home getting excited over date night at Applebee's if we could get a babysitter. Nathan wasn't the bad guy, but he was just safe. Predictable, ordinary. He brought home flowers from the grocery store, like that counted as romance. He thought camping trips were a great way to save money on vacation, and he'd tell me about his workday, like it was the most fascinating thing on earth, expecting me to care about shipping delays and office politics. My mom would constantly remind me that Nathan was a good provider and how I should be thankful. My sister told me how hard it was to find men like him these days, but no one seemed to realize I wasn't thriving. I was just surviving. I was 22 years old, and I felt like my life had already ended. That's when Tiana invited me to Miami for the weekend. She said I needed to see what I was missing. And God, she was right. I told Nathan about it, and he flipped. He didn't say no, but he made me feel guilty for even wanting to go, as if being a mom meant I wasn't allowed to have fun anymore. That's when I realized he didn't really see Manat as a person. Anyway, just a role, his wife, Maya's mom. So I booked the flight. Miami hit me like lightning. Tiana picked me up in that gorgeous BMW her boyfriend had gifted her. The hotel suite overlooked the ocean with floor-to-ceiling windows, and we had real room service, not fast food disguised as date night. That first night, we dressed up and went to this high-end restaurant where the waiters knew Tiana's name. Then we hit an exclusive club where I met Jox, a rapper who had just finished a set. The way people reacted when he walked into the room, the energy shifted. He had presence, confidence, and he looked at me like I mattered. He listened, not like Nathan, who always cut me off or checked his phone mid. Jox told me I was too beautiful to be living a small life, that I was meant for more, and for the first time in years, I believed that weekend was electric. It made me feel alive again. Flying back to Phoenix felt like returning to a black and white world after living in vivid color. Nathan picked me up from the airport with Maya in the back seat, and all I could think about was how small everything suddenly felt. He tried to make conversation, suggested we go to that same old restaurant we always went to. I could barely hide my disgust. That night, when he wanted to be intimate, I couldn't even pretend. I had already started getting texts from Jox, photos from the studio, parties, exclusive events. It felt like a completely different universe, and I wanted in. Over the next few weeks, I kept up the facade of being a happy wife while planning my exit. Jox kept saying I was wasting my life in a cookie-cutter world, and deep down, I agreed. I began going out more, shopping girls' nights just to escape. When Jox invited me back to Miami for a whole week, I knew I had to choose. So I told Nathan I wanted a divorce. He lost it, begged me to go to counseling, promised he'd change. But that was the problem. I didn't want change. I wanted something else entirely. I didn't want to fix us. I wanted out. My parents were furious. My mom cried about how I was destroying my family. My dad said I was being selfish. But staying and resenting everyone would have been more selfish. We divorced. I got the house, alimony, child support. Nathan agreed to almost everything. Jox flew me to Miami the day the divorce was finalized. We celebrated like royalty, red carpets, private events. For the first time in forever, I felt seen. I started spending more time in Miami. Maya stayed with my parents or Nathan. People called me irresponsible, but I was finally living or so I thought, because here's the part. No one tells you that glamorous life has its own traps. Jocks was gone more often than not to his studio sessions, business meetings. I'd sit alone in luxury hotel rooms wondering when he'd come back. His inner circle, cold, competitive. The women looked me up and down like I didn't belong. The pressure to look perfect, act perfect, be perfect, it was exhausting. And slowly, the cracks showed. I'd ask Jocks about the women texting him late at night. He said I was being jealous, insecure. He reminded me of Nathan, but worse. Nathan questioned me because he cared. Jocks got annoyed that I even dared to ask. 6 months in, it all collapsed. Jocks became distant, always busy. I found out through Tiana that he'd been seeing other women the whole time. I was just one of many, a placeholder, and I had left everything for this man. Coming back to Phoenix felt like crawling home in shame. The worst part, Nathan had moved on. He was dating someone from Wakamali, younger, prettier, warm. Maya adored her. They got married last year. I see photos of them online, and Maya looks radiant. Emily helps with homework, makes pancakes, shows up to recitals. She's the mom I was supposed to be. Now, I'm the weekend mom. I live alone, in the same house that used to represent freedom. It just feels empty now. I answer phones at a part-time job. My confidence is gone. Jocks is engaged to a stunning she's pregnant. They're building a mansion in LA. Promoted, happily married, trying for another baby in me. I'm 27 and feel like my life ended at 25. Everyone else moved on, thrived, flourished. I'm the ghost of their pasts, stuck in a story no one wants to revisit. People say I should start dating again, focus on healing. But it is hard to rebuild when the foundation you thought you needed turned out to be a mirage. And the truth is, I did this to myself. But if I say that out loud, it means everyone who judged me was right. So I stay quiet, watch from the sidelines, scrolling through lives that look like the one I used to imagine, wondering if I'll ever get another chance, and if I'd even recognize it if it came.